Hello champions, I am Dr. Monika. Human bodies, despite being so complex, are made up of just 4 different types of tissues: epithelial tissue, muscular tissue, connective tissue and nervous tissue. Epithelial tissue is made up of 2 words, epi and thelium. Now epi means above, thelium means grows. So interesting, a tissue which grows upon the other tissues. For example, skin. Skin is a covering of whole of our body, so that means its purpose is to provide protection to the underlying tissues. Rest all the tissues, they are present beneath the skin. Another example of the epithelial tissue is that its main purpose is the protection, so it protects the various parts of our body. For example, it is the lining of the blood vessels, it is the lining of the digestive system, alimentary canal, lining of the kidney tubules, lining of the body buccal cavity. So the lining of the various parts of the body, that is the epithelial tissue. Now what kind of cells they make up the epithelial tissue? The epithelial cells, they should be closely spaced cells, because it is the skin which does not allow anything to enter into the body. So the epithelial cells, they are closely spaced cells without any intercellular spaces between them. And very important, these cells, they always lie on a very thin basement membrane, and that thin basement membrane, that is acellular and highly permeable. And the purpose of this basement membrane is that it is protecting, or it is preventing the epithelial tissue to come in connection with the other underlying tissues beneath it. Now, how many types of epithelial tissues are there? The classification of epithelial tissue, that is based upon 2 factors. One is number of cells. Now, based on the number of cells, epithelial tissue, that can be simple epithelium and compound, not compound, but stratified epithelium. So simple epithelium means the cells, they are single layered cells. Epithelium is just made up of a single layer of cells, whereas stratified epithelium means the cells, they are made up of many layers of cells lying one over the another to form a strata-like structure. Now, in between simple and stratified, there is another type of tissue which is called as pseudo-stratified. Now, you might be knowing already, pseudo means false. As I said, that it is present between simple and stratified. So, false stratification. The cells, they appear to be 2-layered cells, but actually they are single layered cells. So it is pseudo stratified, and such epithelium that lines the various parts of our respiratory tract. Now coming to the second classification of epithelial tissue, it is based on the shape of cells. So based on the shape, it is very simple. First is squamous epithelium. Now squamous, the word comes from the Latin word squama. Squama means flat. Now these cells, they are flattened single layered cells making up this tissue. And where it is present? It is present in the Bowman's capsule, it is present in the alveoli, it is present in the lining of blood vessels. Second is cuboidal epithelium. So cuboidal means cells, they are more or less cube-like or squarish in shape, and they have a single centrally located rounded nucleus. So cuboidal epithelium. Where do we find it? It is found in the kidney tubules. Third, columnar epithelium. Now here the cells, they are long and column-like cells. Since the cells, they are elongated type of cells, their nucleus, that is also elongated nucleus, and this type of epithelium is specifically found in the alimentary canal. And what is the purpose there? The function of this tissue is to help in the fast absorption of the food in the intestine. Then coming to the second type of tissue, which is muscular tissue. Now muscles, they are important part of the body, as they help in the movement, they help in the locomotion. Now muscular tissue, the most important property of the muscles, that is contraction and relaxation. Our muscles, they can contract and relax. Remember, they never elongate. And the muscles, they are of 3 types in our body. What are those? Skeletal muscles, and second are unstriated or smooth muscles, and third are cardiac muscles. Now first, skeletal muscles, as the name is indicating, it makes up the skeleton of the body. And skeleton, when we say, it is the one which is responsible for the movement of our body parts. And you know, the movement of the body parts is because of our limbs. It's because of our arms, because of our legs, the movement is possible. So in the arms, in the legs, the skeletal muscles, they are present. And what type of cells do they form, these type of muscle cells? They are the cylindrical cells, and very important, they are multinucleated cells making up this tissue. Second, the smooth muscles. Now smooth muscles, they are specifically found in the various internal organs of the body. For example, in the intestine, in the digestive tract, where peristalsis is performed by such type of muscles. They are present in the urinary bladder, they are present in the ureter, they are present in the uterus. So the property of these types of cells making up the smooth muscles is that they are responsible for contraction, but they remain in that contracted phase for a certain time span. And the cells making up this tissue, they are spindle shaped cells with a big nucleus in the center. The third one, very important, the cardiac muscles. Why it is important? As these types of cells, they are specifically or exclusively present in the heart, and these are the ones which are responsible for the regular rhythmic beating of the heart. And one property which makes these cells different from the other 2 types of muscles, skeletal and smooth, is that the cells of the cardiac muscles, they are branched cells. And this branching helps in the regular contraction which is brought about by these cells throughout the life.